afternoon, it's 12:45 and here are your headlines. I'm Hannah Watkins.
And I'm Abigail Lambden.
A university student in Southampton is in self-isolation after it was feared he had coronavirus. Now discharged from hospital after testing negative for the virus, he and his flatmates will still need to isolate themselves for 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, in China, the number of deaths is now over 550 as 10 more cruise passengers from Japan also tested positive. Yesterday was the highest number of deaths so far as the virus continues to spread.
And back here at Solent University, staff and students have been advised on how to protect themselves from the virus. Suneva Moore has the latest.
Public Health England have made it a legal requirement for all universities to display this poster. It explains the symptoms of the coronavirus and what precautions to take. This morning, students at Solent told us whether they were concerned about the virus.
Not at the moment. I think the authorities and the NHS have got everything under control, so just keep following the advice for the time being and it should be okay.
Are you taking any precaution about it at all?
Not really. I think it's been more published too bad than what it actually is. I feel like it's kind of taking things maybe away from like Brexit and the more important stuff going on. And I think if you did actually catch it, you'd probably have to have like a really weak immune system or actually be really ill to actually like die from it. I think it's just a bit of exaggeration. And only like 2 people have got it here, so, and it's just, you've got to get on with it really. If you feel ill, then go to the doctors and go to the hospital.
I just use some hand sanitizing gel, take more care of my hygiene. And that basically it. I looked into some statistics and I think media are just hyping up too much about how real is the threat from coronavirus, and I'm not worried about it at all. I don't think anyone should be worried about it that much.
Well, yeah, a little bit. It's all over the place, but I think I'm not worried because we're in Southampton, which is okay.
Not a bit, I guess, but not really. Just got to look out for any signs, and if you think you have it, just go to doctors so you don't give it to anyone else.
And if you think you might have the virus, it is recommended to ring your doctors. Suneva Moore for Solent News.
Those sleeping rough in Southampton are getting a major boost after a government scheme has confirmed a cash grant for the City Council for another year.
Annabelle Mully joins us with the details. Annabelle?
Thanks, that's right. Over £900,000 has been granted to the council to help homeless people in the city into secure accommodation. It's the 3rd year running the council have secured this money, and it comes from the government's Rough Sleeping initiative. So what will the funding provide? Well, amongst other things, it will let the council continue to provide emergency beds at 2 of the city's hostels, a new Somewhere Safe to Stay programme which will help people who have recently started sleeping rough, and shared accommodation for those ready to move into a secure home. It will also help with legal and other tenancy advice. According to figures from the council, there were 29 rough sleepers in the city in November 2018. Previous grants from this scheme reduced that figure to 15 just a year later. But Southampton is not alone in our region in getting some help. Other areas in Hampshire awarded a grant include Winchester, Portsmouth and Fareham and Gosport. So all in all, let's hope this year's grant will continue to help those in need.
Thanks, Annabelle. Businesses around Southampton are declaring themselves as a safe place as part of the scheme to help vulnerable people if they feel scared or at risk when they are out. So far, many places in Walston and surrounding areas have registered themselves as part of the Safe Place scheme.
The scheme, which has been announced by Hampshire County Council, has a range of towns involved across the county. To find out on how to receive your Safe Place card, visit the council website.
And research from the Hard Water Index has revealed that Southampton has some of the hardest water in the UK. It could be leading to skin conditions such as eczema and dryness, with excess minerals destroying the protective layer on your skin.
Experts say this is due to our water filtering through limestone and chalky rock in the surrounding countryside.
A popular art cafe, the Art House in Above Bar Street, faces closure unless it can raise £25,000.
Bethany Lawrence has been to the cafe and earlier she sent this report.
The Art House Gallery is a cafe and bar in the heart of Southampton which is run solely by volunteers. Alongside their vegan and organic menu, the venue also holds a series of events including workshops, meetups and gigs for all the art lovers in the city. Some of these include amateur music performances, poetry and theatre. There is also a boutique of pre-loved clothes and displays of artwork to be seen. The cafe is currently trying to fundraise over £25,000 in order to revamp their menu, simplify their vegan menu and put more focus into their events. If you'd like to make a donation, you can make a one-off payment through PayPal or you can set up a standing order for as little as £2 a month. Thank you, this is Bethany Lawrence for Solent Journalism.
Popular music festival Docklands is set to return this year with major upgrades to the main stage and side tent, each with a 7,000 and 3,000 person capacity, respectively.
Part of Hoglands Park was left damaged last year as rainy weather and increased football left lasting effects on the field. Founder of Docklands and Switch Southampton, Ryan Keary, said that they've allocated a lot of time to ensure the grounds are repaired and put back to normal, and they are liaising with police and the council to make sure this happens. And finally, the Saints suffered a heartbreaking fourth round exit by Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup last night, amplified by a severe injury to midfielder James Ward-Prowse.
Tottenham manager Jose Mourinho admitted that the best team on the field lost the tie, with Southampton's level of intensity far better on the pitch than Spurs.
That's all from us now. Our radio team will have another update at 1.
Or Marcus Brown will be with you at 3:45 in our later bulletin. Have a good afternoon.